Hello, my true crime lovelies. How are you? I hope you are well. I hope you are as lovely in life as you are in my mind. Well. Welcome to Tanika's Two Sons. I am Tanika. You know what? So, the last time you and I met to talk about Sarah's appeal was prompted by a letter by Sarah. Can you guys see me? I feel like this is crooked. Okay, ignore the stuff in the back. So yeah, Sarah sent a note basically, and we fact checked her where she was like, I don't know who my appeal attorney is. I don't know what the status of my appeal is. Well, girl, Judge Kraynick answered you sort of. So as you and I discussed in the last video, her appeal is due in 2 weeks. This is Wednesday, November 5th, as I record this. It's actually due in a week and a half. So not this coming Monday, but the Monday after that, which I think is the 17th. Because the day that it's due, it ends up on a weekend. So whatever that Monday is. Oh, my phone is not over here. Come on, computer. You have a calendar on here, don't you? Yes. Okay. So, yeah, Monday the 17th. So she's got 8 business days. It's due on the eighth business day to get that done. So that's David Maldonado. Yeah. So Kraynick didn't weigh in on that because Sarah should be able to find that. You know how she was like, oh, I don't know. Well, first, I want to show you guys this because had she bothered to go to the Orange County website, she would have seen this like you and I are about to see it. Give me 1 second. Or even any one of her flying monkeys, unless no one is speaking to her. Share this tab. And here we go. You guys see that right there? What does it say for attorney name? Right on the Orange County website. Because she claimed Orange County had not notified her, nor had the 6th District Court of Appeals. But ma'am, it's here. And guess what? His phone number is there too. Um, so it's a little strange that she's saying that. But Judge Kraynick did have a comment for her. So let's get into that. It is. So this was filed yesterday at 1:30. Amended order appointing counsel. So he had already appointed Maldonado, as we just discussed. Shout out to the Maldonados. I dated someone in high school that was a Maldonado. Now I can't remember his first name though. Louis? I think it was Louis. Wait. No, we did not date. That is not. We went on a date. Let's be clear. Anyway, we are friends in adulthood. Well, maybe 20 years ago. I haven't talked to him in about 20 years. That is not why you are here. Okay, baby brain. Amended order appointing counsel. Court upon review of the court file in the instant case. Instant cases, state of Florida versus Sarah Boone. Court appointed David Maldonado, Juris Doctorate, to represent the defendant slash appellant, Sarah Boone, in this cause for purposes of her appeal on September 12th, 2025. Certified conflict arose that would have prevented the regional counsel's office from representing the appellant pursuant to section 27.40 of the Florida statutes. So this is confusing to me because what was the conflict, and did it only happen after Carousel or Caruso? Because he applied to work the other side. He's going to work for the state. And he had asked to be removed from the roster in August. So he should not have ever been appointed in September, but he was. So if anybody knows what specific certified conflict arose, because she couldn't have gone through all of the appellate attorneys, right? And I was thinking, like, I know in the lower court, she had a conflict because one or a couple had represented George, someone had represented Melissa Sexton, the property manager, in a DV case. But here, oh, maybe someone was convicted and they represented their appeal. I don't know if there's a way to find, but that would make sense then if they had already represented a conflict. Um, and that's why he had to go to David Maldonado. Anyway, he doesn't specify. He doesn't direct it toward her, but it basically answers her question like, girl, in case you can't see on the court of clerk's website that it's David Maldonado, let me reiterate, it's David Maldonado. And as I write this on November 4th, I appointed him September 12th. So get your act right fully installed, Miss Boone, and stop playing. Wait. I'm sure he said it in a much more judicial tone and appropriate language. Wherefore it is ordered as follows. What was that show where they used to do like the angry Obama? It was something on Comedy Central like that. It was no. Oh god. It's those two guys. The one guy went on to write Get Out. What is their show name? Hold on. Get Out director. Jordan Peele. What was the other guy's name? Jordan Peele, and the other one used to do the Angry Obama, I think, right? Jordan Peele, Angry Obama. I'm the Angry Kraynick is where I'm going. Angry Obama. Uh-oh. Sugar Pea doesn't like this. Hold on. I know. Mommy's being silly. You got my brain all mushy. Key and Peele, Obama's anger translator. I am Kraynick's anger translator right now. Okay. Wherefore it is ordered as follows. This court's prior order appointing counsel dated September 12th, 2025, way before you ever submitted your closing argument. So you had time to look at this docket, you and your flying monkeys, girl, is amended to reflect that a certified conflict arose that would have prevented the regional counsel's office from representing the appellant in this cause, and therefore necessitated the appointment of David Maldonado, JD, as counsel for the appellant. So he's private counsel. If you guys watch Sam, Florida PI Sam, she does private counsel that's appointed and paid for by JAC. So this is the same sort of thing, except obviously these are appellate attorneys. So he's in private practice. The same way that Cashman was, that Hobson was, and that Bankowitz was. They were private because she had been conflicted out. So this court reserves jurisdiction for the entry of such future orders as may be necessary, because we know Sarah's going to go through at least 3 more attorneys. That's what he's saying. So I'm going to hold on to this because I know I'm going to be marking up more people. Allegedly. Done and ordered in chambers at the Orange County Courthouse, Orlando, Florida, this 4th day of November, 2025. And we got the year right because last time it had 2024. I'm not mad at you, Kraynick. I know you're busy. And then this is timestamp 1330 or 130. Copies furnished to all parties of record via e-portal. So there. Sarah, you have your update. You now know what we all have known since September. David Maldonado is your appeal attorney. Your brief is due on the 17th. You should know that because the Court of Appeals, or the appellate court, sent you a notice. Let's just look at that so we're all on the same page. 9th District. No, 6th District. We're going to look at that. 6th District Court of Appeals, Florida. They also, if Sarah does move to oral motions, they record, or they YouTube, they live stream oral motions, oral arguments rather, so we would get to see it there. I was watching one yesterday with these guys, but that's neither here nor there. But just in case she gets that far. Let's see. Boone, Sarah. Okay. So this is the appellate case information. Hopefully one of the flying monkeys is watching and taking notes. It's moved to final here. It still has James Owens. I'm not sure why. Maybe because it's so many people in and out. But here was the second motion. Can you guys see that pop up on there? Yeah, okay. So let's view this, share this. So this was September 16th. So this was days after Kraynick's ruling on September 12th, right? So September 12th, you got a new attorney. September 16th, appellate court approved the extension. Initial brief shall be served within 60 days from the date of this order, the date being September 16th. No further extensions will be granted absent extenuating circumstances. Withdrawing counsel shall act diligently to secure successor counsel. So it says withdrawing counsel. They know that these people are going to withdraw. Not fired, but withdrawing. Here's the thing that's a little wonky. They sent it to Joshi, who is not. But I think because he's the one who filed for the extension rightfully, they sent it to him. But there were two more attorneys subsequent to that, right? We had the Caruso, who was going to work for the state, and then we had Maldonado. So neither one of them are on here. So do they know that it's due 60 days from the date of this order? I'm going to say yes, because if I'm assigned a case, not a lawyer, just a professional, if I'm assigned something, I'm going to go look up and see what's going on with what I've been assigned. You know what I mean? Like, what is it about? Who is involved? When is something due? Is that just me? Or, I mean, y'all let me know. I can be a little anal retentive. I'm a project manager by training. So it just seems like if you got assigned a case, you'd want to know when you had to do something. So I'm going to give David the benefit of the doubt. And like back in September, he figured that out. Now, did he need to talk to Sarah? No, because what would she know? She can't even get case law right for her family law case that she's had for 3 years. What would she know about the rulings that Kraynick made? I mean, she might say, yeah, he didn't give me an extension when I got a new lawyer. Okay. What, does she know case law about that? No. Yeah. Maybe she wants to write him a letter. That's why she wants his contact information. I'm sure these guys collect calls. Well, I'm not sure. 99%. If I'm a defense attorney, I would collect calls, like, because my client might be in jail. You know what I mean? So wouldn't you do that for an appeal because your client might be in jail? I don't know. But anyway, Kraynick has spoken. Nice. And I did the nice, nasty anger translation version. We'll see. Like, Lord knows, this appellate brief might be done before the order from the family court. I won't be mad. Listen, Judge Jackson, I feel like you're writing something extra special for us. Like that 16-page order that Kraynick wrote that we waited for, where he said, no more lawyers, Miss Boone. I feel like that Judge Jackson is about to bless us with something like that. So we'll see. You got the hiccups, buddy? Okay. Uh-oh. He furrowed his brow like, don't call me that. Oh, yes, sir. All right, with that, I'm going to get some lunch, and then I'm going to start editing some other stuff. Let me know your thoughts. Like, what? What? Anyway, it's got to come to some sort of resolution or next step soon, because I feel like we've been just churning on that like a little hamster on the wheel. So let's get cracking. All right, before the end of the year, right? It's already November 5th. We've got to have it by December 31st. Somebody say it's gonna happen. I'll talk to you later. Toodles.